Well, hello there. Konnichiwa. Good morning to you all. So, I was planning to release this video only tomorrow, but since I will be out uh, attending a conference about Japanese history at the grounds of the university, probably tomorrow I will not be able to came here or make videos or post videos or so on. I guess the conference will take almost all the day, so like I will be attending it, so I decide to make this now. And then if you have your own ideas, theories, thoughts, or if you agree or disagree with my theories or my ideas that I will be presenting on this video, please make your comments below, or if you want to make a small video response to that, and we can have the discussion advance. So this will be my prediction discussion video for Bleach 540 that will came out next week. So first of all, I mainly want to discuss 2 points that were left on the open, and open kind of the way for, let's say, some speculation, some healthy discussions, and so on. The first point of this video will be about Mayuri, and I did not watch how many videos I usually do, but sometimes I can do it, some other times real life comes in the way. So, but I saw a couple of videos about the reactions to Bleach 539, and some were speaking about what is Mayurin doing, what is not, and so on. I have my personal idea and my personal theories on it, and I guess I have three hypotheses about what Mayuri will be doing, with the goal, let's say, common to the three hypotheses, to have a weapon or to forge a weapon to fight against the Quincy's, and eventually to fight against their ability to stole the Bankai of captains. I think that is the background or the goal for this experiment be doing by Mayuri and Nemo. So my first hypothesis, and I saw that several or some of the videos that I see alluded to that, and I'm rather inclined to agree in a way, because they are telling that probably Mayuri is conducting some experiment on that hanging bodies that he found in the lab of Sayalaporo when he defeated him. And we, either in the manga and even in the anime at that point, we see that he orders Nemo to run through the rebels, and then there are a door, a huge door, and it's kind of the door for the lab or the secret lab of Sayalapuro, and we see them opening the door. We never see what is there, but we see Mayuri and Nemo at the door, and we see kinda hanging bodies all around the place. So it was kinda hinted on that Sayalapuro was kinda conducting experiments. I don't know if in humans, in Quincy's, or in Shinigamis, but I will be saying that you will be conducting experiments on Quincy's, I guess, because in the start of this arc, we already see that the Von der Reich also did their own experiments on Iron cars, and for instance, even Asgardo and Ludern's Frieden, I guess that was his name, the guys that were killed earlier in this arc by Jua himself, and the first foes that actually appeared on this arc were members of the Van der Reich, but they were not Quincy's. They were Arancars with, or Vastolordes with, but I guess they were Arancars. Arancars that were given Quincy powers. So if the Quincy's can do it, I think that it's highly possible that during the time of the Eisen and the Espada, I think that it's highly possible that the Espada were also conducting that type of experiments, in my opinion. So I think that's a strong possibility. So then we also have other hypothesis, and this was an hypothesis that I only see on a video, and I think it's possible, but I guess it's the most likely possible, unlikely to be. But I saw a video that it was kinda hinted by the reviewer, a female reviewer, that maybe Mayuri and Nemo were kinda experimenting on Unohana's body. Well, it's not impossible, because I always say that it was very strange if Unohana actually did die fighting Zaraki on that way. After all the character build up that Kubo finally did to that character, it was a really shame he killed her off so easily. So I think that could be, but I think from the three hypotheses, that's the most unlikely to be. But that's only my opinion. And then my second hypothesis is that you remember that Kira was seriously wounded, and we don't know if Kira is dead or is alive. From the extent of his injuries, I will be guessing that he will be dead by now. But I also think that Akon was killed by Chess Domino, and that did not happen. Also, Byakuya. I was almost certain that Kubo will kill off Byakuya, but he did not. So I guess it's also possible that Kira is not dead. But since when the Royal Guards came to the Soul Society, they take Renji, Rukia, Byakuya, and Ichigo to the Royal Palaces, but they did not take Zaraki, and we then later on see that Zaraki, even if he received seriously wounds, he was okay. But we never saw or heard nothing about Kira. So one of my hypotheses is that probably Mayuri was kinda doing some experiments on Kira's body, or trying to save him in a way. I think that that is also a very highly possible way for that experiment. And eventually, if is the case of Kira, maybe Mayuri, besides the fact that he saved eventually Kira's life, maybe during or through his own experiments he kinda gave a power boost or a power upgrade to Kira, and will make him an important factor in the future assault on the Von der Reich Palace, or in defending Soul Society from a second attack from the Van der Reich. Well, for me that is also a strong possibility. But from the three hypotheses I presented, the two most possibly likely to be, in my opinion, are either it's Kira, and he saves Kira's life, but he kinda makes some changes or gives some abilities to Kira to make him a good weapon against the Quincy's, or he is kinda using some of the bodies that he found in Nuecomundo, and in some way he is kinda making a Quincy anti-weapon. Those for me are the most likely hypotheses to be. Also, I don't think that Mayuri is reviving Kaname because I saw a video that kinda hinted on that way, but you cannot forget that Kaname he died, but it was not dying. It disintegrated completely. So it's a little hard for Mayuri to rebuild Kaname without nothing. I'm guessing. So I don't think that it will be Kaname, and I also don't think that it's in some way related with Katagiri. I don't believe that. And I saw a video that kinda also hinted on that way, and I don't think so, honestly. Well, but this is the first part of my discussion, so if you have your own other ideas or your own theories, or if you agree or disagree with my ideas, please post a comment on the section below, or make a video response, or do what you want to do on this point. The second point and final of this discussion will be the final words of Nimaya to Ishigo. And Nimaya did say that Ishigo, you need to say goodbye to your Zangetsu. So first, we need to have attention because the words of Nimaya, from all the characters that appeared so far in Bleach, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, the words of Nimaya usually, from all the characters so far, are usually the most strange to understand the meaning behind it. So, I personally, I don't think Zangetsu will disappear because I think Zangetsu, it's the name of Ishigo Zanpakuto. However, I think the way we see Zangetsu so far will be disappearing. I think that it's the meaning behind Nimaya word. Basically, he is telling Ishigo that the Zangetsu in you will no longer be here. It disappeared because of the broken Bankai. So, and in the last chapter 538, we see that Ishigo, after choosing an Azaushi, the Azaushi kind has a hollow mask. So my personal interpretation of that is that after the reforge of the Zanpakuto, Zangetsu will take other form. Maybe the name could become a two Zanpakuto name, but I think Zangetsu will still be part of the name. He could add a name before, he could add another name after, whatever, but Zangetsu will be there because Zangetsu is one of the bases of Ishigo powers. However, I do think that his appearance will change quite a lot, and even the form of Ishigo Zanpakuto could change, because what if after the reforge of the sword or the Zanpakuto, Ishigo will have a sealed Zanpakuto, and then maybe he will be able to go Shikai and then go Bankai. That's the proper way to do it, because if you remember, Ishigo Zanpakuto was always in constant release state or in constant Shikai. So I'm guessing that after the reforge of Zangetsu, uh, Ishigo will have a normal Zanpakuto in sealed, and then he will need to go Shikai, and he will need eventually to go Bankai. And I think that will be the role of the other two royal guards to where Ishigo will be traveling next after leaving Nimaya place. I think Shutara probably will help Ishigo training or will put him under a special training, since she was also a researcher like Mayuri. Probably she possesses a device, something that allow kind of speed up the training of Ishigo and enable him to regain his abilities, because I think that even after he ever reforge Zangetsu, he still needs to learn how to release a Shikai, how to go in Bankai. He probably will need to have or develop his powers, because I think that his powers will change, and I think that Ishigo will be now able to access his hollow power since the start, even in his sealed form or after right after entering in Shikai. I guess he could be accessing his hollow powers, because if not, what is the meaning behind in chapter 538 is Azawuchi, or the Azawuchi is chooses as an hollow mask. I think this kind of implies that at this point his Shinigami and hollow powers are completely merged together, totally, and that probably this could open the path to Ishigo learn new abilities besides the Getsuga Tensho. Probably he could learn an ability similar to the Zero that the Wizards can use, but in a different way. Or he will have other powers. He will develop other powers, but I'm guessing he will develop other powers in Shikai, and then eventually he will have other power upgrade when he reaches Bankai. I hope that his speed and power basic pattern of attacks still remain. I hope that this still continues with this new Zanpakuto. And also I do wonder if finally Ueshigo will learn what his element he is, or what element he could use. Because I think, and Captain X or Shinigami X did make a video a couple of weeks ago discussing all these theory about Ishigo elemental powers and so on. And if you did not watch it, because it's quite interesting, and we have a lot of points in common on that matter. And I also think that Ishigo possess elemental type power, like all the Shiba so far. And you, because Ishin has fire, Kukaku has fire, Genjo has earth, Kayan possessed water. So the Shiba family is quite proficient in using elemental powers as their basic power. So I guess Ishigo will also have this. And like I say in my review video, the only thing that is bothering me on all this issue is about the Quincy abilities of Ishigo. What will happen? Can he will use Blunt Vene to increase his own personal defense? I'm hoping that he can use it even after having a new Zanpakuto forged. But I still wish and think that Ishigo needs to learn Quincy abilities in some way, because even after this power upgrade, I still don't think he will be able to beat down Juabar. I don't believe it, honestly. So at some point he needs to, or to take control of Blunt Vene completely and learn how to use it. But I'm kinda hoping that he could also use other Quincy abilities. Or, in my opinion, he will need to learn some Quincy abilities to use them together with his Shinigami Hollow powers and to achieve his full power. That's my personal theory on that. So, regularly, this is the points I wanted to discuss with you guys. So, if you have your own ideas, theories also on the part of Zangetsu, and what do you expect to happen in the future? Do you think that Zangetsu will simply vanish and we will have another spirit with a completely different name? Do you think that Zangetsu will still be there but with a different form, or with a different ability, or with his real ability? Do you think that the two remaining royal palaces will be very important to the training of Ishigo, in the sense that he could discover his own powers going through that two palaces? And probably he will learn how to release a Shikai, and eventually how to use the Bankai, or to release the Bankai, and so on. My personal betting is on that. But um, and well, that's it. So hope you enjoyed the video, and like I say, if you have your own ideas, theories, comments, post on the comment below, or if you want, please make a video response to this one, and I will try to answer you. So stay well, peace, see you soon.